You ever feel like you're doing all the right things, but nothing's moving? You're posting, showing up consistently, trying to add value, but your views are flat, your followers aren't engaging, and deep down, it's starting to feel like maybe this just isn't for you. But I want to offer a different perspective. It's not that you're not good enough. It's not that you need a better camera, cleaner edits, or the latest viral trend. The real reason most creators stay stuck is because they don't truly understand who they are creating for. And I know that sounds basic. You've heard it 100 times. Know your target audience. But what if I told you your idea of your audience is probably still way too broad, and that's exactly why your content isn't landing. I learned this from an old business book, The E-Myth by Michael Gerber. He's not a YouTube expert, but what he said about understanding your customer completely changed how I think about content. So in this video, I want to break down why most creators stay stuck and what to do about it. Let me ask you something. If I walked up to you right now and asked, who is your content for? What would you say? Most creators say things like, I just want to help people who are struggling. I make motivational content for people trying to grow. I'm just sharing my journey. Anyone can watch. And listen, I get it. I've been there too. That was me. You don't want to limit yourself. You want your content to be for everyone, because the bigger the net, the more people you will catch, right? But here's the truth. When you create content for everyone, you connect with no one. It ends up sounding generic, surface level, safe. And in a space where attention is limited and competition is insane, safe just doesn't work. We think we're being clear, but really, we're being vague. And here's something that happens to a lot of creators. They think they have narrowed it down. They say things like, oh, I make videos for first-time YouTubers, or I help people grow on Instagram. But that is still way too broad, and they don't even realize it. So they're creating, posting, staying consistent, but the traction just isn't there. No growth, no connection, no momentum. Why? Because it's not narrow enough. Their message is still floating out into the void instead of hitting someone directly in the heart. And it shows up in all kinds of ways. We chase trends that don't align with our purpose. We copy what's working for others, hoping it works for us. We keep posting, tweaking titles, trying new editing styles, but still no traction. And here's the thing that's easy to miss. It's not that your content is bad. It's that your message doesn't feel like it's for anyone in particular. People scroll past it because it just doesn't hit them. The more noise there is online, the more you need to speak to someone directly, not vaguely. This is why most creators feel like they're doing all the right things, but nothing is moving. They're running on a treadmill, busy, exhausted, but not moving forward. And more often than not, it's not a content problem. It's a clarity problem. Now, here's where this really clicked for me. There's a book called The E-Myth by Michael Gerber. It's not about YouTube. It's not even about content creation. It's a business book written over 40 years ago. And yet, the lesson inside it shifted how I think about content forever. Gerber says this. Most small businesses fail because they don't actually think like a business. They start with their product or service, and then they try to figure out how to sell it to people. They are caught in the day-to-day, doing the work, trying to stay afloat. But the businesses that succeed, they start with one question. Who is my ideal customer, and what do they need? And they built everything around that one person. Now let's bring this back to content. Most creators out there are making videos for algorithms, but successful creators, they're building for people. Just like in business, the clearer you are about your ideal audience, the easier it becomes to make the right content, the right message, and the right decisions. And when you know who you're talking to, your entire creative process gets easier. You stop second guessing every idea. You stop wondering, is this good enough? Because now you're asking, will this help them? But let me warn you, once you finally narrow down your audience and get super clear on who you're serving, something counterintuitive might happen. Your views might actually drop. Not because you're doing something wrong, but because now you're finally speaking to a smaller, more defined group. And That's a good thing. This is where a lot of creators panic. They start thinking, wait, maybe I've gone too niche. Maybe I should go back to being more general. But here's the truth. If your real audience is smaller, your views should reflect that. And that's okay, because views don't tell the whole story. Engagement does. Comments, watch time, shares, people saying, this hits me hard, or I feel seen. That's how you know you're hitting the right people. It's not about having millions of viewers. It's about having the right viewers. So let's make this practical. If you're a creator right now and your growth feels slow or your content isn't sticking, here's where you can start. First, forget demographics. We don't care if your audience is 18 to 35 years old, based in Australia, mostly male. That stuff will help later, but it doesn't help you create content that connects. Instead, focus on psychographics. What do they value? What do they believe about themselves? What are they struggling with? What are they dreaming about? The real audience is not people who like fitness. It's people who want to feel confident in their body again after falling off the wagon. It's not anyone who wants to grow online. It's creators who have been posting for months and still feel invisible. See the difference? It's not about how old they are. It's about what they care about, what they fear, and what they hope is still possible for them. And here's a simple exercise I use. Imagine one person, give them a name, and write down what they believe. What kind of content would make their day better? What problems are they Googling at 1 a.m.? What would they be too embarrassed to say out loud, but would not along to if they saw it in a video? That is who you should be creating for. Now, once you've done all of that, this is where demographics finally come into play. Because now you're not just guessing based on age or location. You're layering that on top of something deeper. Once you know the beliefs and values of your audience, then looking at where they live, how old they are, what platforms they use, and even what time they're online becomes useful. It helps you know where to post, when to post, and how to shape your style so it lands within the cultural context of that group. But those choices mean nothing if you don't understand their psychology first. Demographics are the amplifier, not the starting point. And here's another thing most creators overlook. Knowing your audience also shapes how you write titles and thumbnails. This is also why I don't try to copy Mr. Beast style thumbnails. His audience is there for entertainment, for spectacle, for curiosity, for big stakes and high energy. But my audience, they're usually creators or aspiring creators who want value, insight, and something they can use. They don't need explosions or a crazy face on the thumbnail. They're okay with simple talking head videos or a thoughtful title that speak to where they are in their journey. Trying to copy what works for other audiences will just confuse your audience. So once you know who they are, design for them, not what's popular, not what the big channels are doing, but what your person needs from you. Because when they feel like your content is built for them, they stick around, they trust you, and over time, they become your biggest advocates. And this is why I think most creators stay stuck even though they are doing all the right things. I know we've been told time and time again about knowing our target audience, but from my experience, no one seems to explain how specific it needs to be. If you're struggling, I highly recommend you evaluate your target audience, ignore views coming through, and focus on building your community of returning viewers. Start measuring depth, not just reach. It is better to find people who align with your vision and your values than to randomly get views from people who aren't interested in what you truly care about. When you're finally clear on who you're serving, content becomes easier, growth becomes intentional, and the right people start showing up. If you're interested in learning more about unpopular strategies I found when running my YouTube channel, make sure to check out this video here to learn 6 unpopular but effective strategies that work well. That's all from me in this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.